boy. Hello, I'm back. Come with me, my love. Come with me, my love. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's talk about some stuff here, people. Cause I done see my name quite a few times. And there have been a whole lot of people in a whole lot of chats. And what we're not gonna do, what's not gonna happen is you come and tell stories and get the facts convoluted about me. And yeah. See, what we're gonna do right now is because see, people will go on panels and people will go on other people's channels and tell half of the story, a part of the story, a third or fourth, or what part they want to let out. See, we're gonna, go behind the curtain. We're gonna open it up since, we're gonna tell the real truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the real truth about what it is and what it ain't. And the reason that I have an axe to grind is because my name has been brought up on several occasions. And ain't nobody asked me a goddamn thing. So I'm gonna tell it myself. Damn that. Damn it to hell. And whoever can be mad, they can be mad. I'm gonna start off by saying I am not quitting the gentleman's panel or anything like that, or there's nothing that left, but I'm certainly gonna lay some people out if they feel like they need to be laid out. Now, if you don't feel like I'm laying you out, then I'm not. If you feel like I am, I am. But what I am gonna do is I'm certainly gonna pull the curtains back and tell the real truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Shouts out to all my mods in here, all my regular people, my house of debauchery. Shondo to all my, put a quick Shondo in the chat, everybody, to let me know you here. Shouts out to all the people in the bushes. Shouts out to you if you are watching the replay. But we finna tell the real story and not the play story. It's a damn shame. I go to work, come home, and like, well, how in the hell and what happened? But we gonna get down to it. We are certainly gonna get down to the nitties of the gritties. Okay. Now, let me say this to my dear friend Jay Wilson, and I'll start off with that. Now, Jay Wilson has been gallivanting across these here streets of the tube of you, from sea to shining sea, across the fruited plains, telling his version or the small parts of the story that he wants to tell. Now, the problem that I have is this. If you're going to go on someone else's channel and people are going to ask you directly about what happened and what's going on, and you do nothing to really tell what really happened, and people are left with a more convoluted story than they had when you got there, then what was the point? What was the point? And no, I ain't called nobody ahead of time to ask them their opinion or ask them why they did what. Because ain't nobody called me before they went on other people's channels and gave all of these parts and bits and pieces of the story. So I don't feel no need to call nobody else either. And now this is a shot at my good friend Jay Wilson. Now Jay Wilson claims to always be about a coin. Now if you are about a coin, why are you going on other people's channel to tell what you are calling your version of the truth, which is really only parts of the whole truth of the matter? Giving someone else the click in the view, but you're supposed to be about your own click in the view, and their videos end up having more views and monetization than your own. I don't understand that. And for people to always say, well, if you got things to say, why don't you call me ahead of time? My thing about it is this. I just would much prefer if somebody asks you a question about L Teddy 27, you should probably say, well, you need to ask L Teddy 27. I ain't answering no questions for him because he's his own person and he can answer, and he will. But let me say this. Let's tell the whole truth. Now, we love each other. We sing kumbaya, all this, that, and the third on the gentleman's panel. But to say that we haven't ever had issues or concerns with one another would be reaching, because we have had issues and concerns with one another. Now, let me say this. Put my phone on do not disturb while I'm on there. Let me say this. One of my first concerns was back in the Wiley situation. When that situation first came out, excuse me, and I was in Wiley's chat. And I told Wiley point blank, I said, Wiley, I wouldn't mind you coming on the gentleman's panel. Matter of fact, I would invite you on the channel. But what did I say after that in the next breath or the next keystroke was the gentleman's panel is a collective. And in order to get on the gentleman's panel, we need to have the consideration of the entire channel in order for that to happen. That is why Wiley was not on. Now, I made it known to Bro Jay, as well as the rest of the gentleman's panel, the very next episode that I had an issue, because the very next episode after that, when it wasn't on my channel, when I think it was on Bro Jay's channel, he had Natasha Milan on there, and we didn't know Natasha Milan was going to be on there until we was backstage. That's not how this works. And nobody was asked. I don't have a problem with Natasha Milan, but if I did, that's a problem. Nobody was asked, consulted, said how you feel. It was like, oh, here's Natasha Milan. Get over it. And for as much as people may want to say this is one person's panel, it's still a collective of individuals. You don't have a panel with one person. And I'm just going to be brutally honest. Everybody cannot make up a panel. Everybody is not good together on a panel. Brother Jay knows that really well. And that's my friend. But he's had times where he's had lives and he's had people on StreamYard with him, and it did not go so well. The chemistry wasn't as well. They don't garner the same amount of support and liking as the gentleman's panel. They don't. So that was one of the things that I know I personally, now I can't speak for nobody else on the gentleman's panel, but that was one of the times where I spoke up and I said, behind scenes, since we're going to talk about what happened behind scenes, let's just pull a whole curtain back. And I said, I have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with Natasha Milan, but I have a problem with her being put on that day and nobody being consulted and nobody saying, okay, yes, good, bad, or in between. It happened and it went on. Then when the Simply Trey situation happened, now we knew about Simply Trey ahead of time. I don't like that young man. I had already done my homework on him and had studied up on him when he was in other sectors. And I had did my homework. And I told them point blank, I don't like how he vibes. I don't like his moves. I don't like how he moving. I don't see it for him. But I also said, if y'all want to have him on the panel, go ahead, because I'm not going to stop him from being on the panel just because it wasn't me, because I can handle myself with one person. So that was never the thing. So I never have a problem. But at least QB, who invited him on, let us know ahead of time so that we had an opportunity to say how we felt or say, well, absolutely no. Now, that situation, that debacle happened with Simply Trey, and that's the best that you can call it, is a debacle that happened after that debacle, QB went live, got emotional, started, after he got emotional, he went in, told us we needed to apologize, this, that, and the third, quit the gentleman's panel. Mother, Spiller Boy TV, James Caldwell, he also, moments after that, also quit the gentleman's panel. That was Friday, a week ago. Later that day, I want to say it was Friday afternoon or late morning, early afternoon, is when Brother Jay reached out to the two other people that you saw on the gentleman's panel in Captivating Christian and Jay the Nerd about being on. Well, actually, he didn't have Captivating Christian's number. I had it, and he asked me to reach out to him, which I did, and this, that, and the third. But definitely by Saturday morning, we knew. Basically, by Friday night, we knew. But everybody had, by Saturday morning, everybody had already talked to each other. And not talked to each other, everybody, but Jay Wilson had talked to the two new people, and they had been on. QB was still not on the panel. James Caldwell was still not on the panel. We had 5 at that point. This is a Saturday. Sunday came. We still had 5. I want to say it was Sunday evening, Sunday night. Jay Wilson called me. Sunday night, Jay Wilson called me. Now, mind you, I told you we already got 5. We had Jay Wilson, myself, Rebel Son, Captivating Christian, and Jaded Nerd. Sunday night, Jay Wilson called me. Jay Wilson said, hey, QB called me. We talked, this, that, and the third. He said that he would like to come back to the gentleman's panel. And Jay Wilson said, I wanted to clear it with the current members of the gentleman's panel first, you, L. Teddy, and Rebel Son, before I tell QB, okay. So I said, when he told me that, I said, no problem. I said, I don't have no problem with that. I said, let me and QB have a conversation. We can talk, this, that, and the third. And after that, I don't have no problem. That was Sunday night. Okay. Monday evening, all of the members of the gentleman's panel, to include the 2 new people, had a we went backstage and we had a video chat on StreamYard. Just the 6 of us. It was privated. We talked about it, about, the new members, what we was going to do on Thursday, came up with this, that, and the third, and so forth. Everybody was told, don't tell nobody who's going to be on the who the new members are, and don't tell nobody that QB is back on. Fine, great. We all did that. Everybody did their part. Everybody kept their word. Nobody told nobody, and we moved the hell on. So what I don't understand is we had a great gentleman's panel last night. I don't understand what the need was to go over to other people's channel. And I'm going to just be honest. I don't have no problem with the Mess Express. I don't have no problem with VS. I don't have no problem with Bless Watkins. I don't have no problem with Chopper. I don't have no problem with none of them. I don't have no problem with QB. I don't have no problem with Jay Wilson because he's a friend of mine. I've known Jay Wilson for a while. But I'm going to call it like I see it. And when my name is brought up, I'm going to say, no. Wait. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because he did not clean up or clear up some of the questions that VS them had. He went on there saying, oh, well, everybody knew that QB was back on the gentleman's panel for a week. That is not true. Because a week would mean we had known since at least last Friday morning. And last Friday morning, QB quit. So how would we have known for a week unless it was some kind of big stunt or show that QB was doing, which I don't think it was. It wasn't. But when you were directly asked, so And VS asked a direct question. So you mean El Teddy and them knew for a week? And you were like, well, yeah, you kind of like, meandered your way around it. And that's just not what you should have said. No, they did not know until Monday or Sunday night or Monday when we all met, whatever you wanted to say. But don't, because what that makes it seem like, you say we knew for a week, people can add. And what that makes it seem like is, I knew that there was some nefarious plot to have this big thing. Because remember, the thing with on QB's show happened Friday night with the whole Wiley, Simply Trade, this, that, and the third. There's no way that I would have been privy to knowing that QB was still on the show after he had went through that whole thing going off on the gentleman's panel and telling us we need to apologize to Simply Trade this whole time. It's no way. It's no way. And that's where I take, because see what then will happen is people will start to paint the picture about, and that's what's already being painted because you did not clean up the story. Because people are already saying, well, El Teddy, you're supposed to be aligned with James Caldwell and the House of Treasure. So if you knew all this time that QB was still on the panel, why didn't you tell him? And why did you let him put Wiley on this, that, and the third? And I'm not saying that QB and Wiley being on that show had anything to do with me. But what I'm saying is, if you do not go somewhere and directly speak clearly, concisely, and directly, you still leave it for people to paint all kinds of stories that don't need to be painted. If somebody asks you a question, you answer it clearly and concisely. And that's what should have been done. My other piece of advice, and this is going to be to my good friend Jay Wilson. Now, I can speak candidly about this. I can speak from a place of having been there and done that. Because, see, where we have the gentleman's panel now, back in May of 2008, me started the very first ever all black, all gay collaboration channel called The Five Black Guys. Had a whole lot of subscribers, got awards from different, we got a GLAAD award, we got another award from other people for, the things that we done. So I'm speaking from a place of experience and not from a place of just trying to be a hater or trying to, some of the moves that are being made just don't make sense. One being, if we are the gentleman's panel, okay, we produce a show. We put a show out there for the viewing public to see. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for members of the gentleman's panel to then ceremoniously have reviews of the gentleman's panel. That's like somebody putting out a TV show and then right after the TV show we say, oh, well, I'm just going to do another review of the TV. That's not what they do. When you produce a product for the viewing public, you put it out there, you allow the viewing public to do their reviews, their commentary. You put it out there and you let it go where it goes. It would have been much better instead of Brother Jay going to platform to platform, gallivanting all down the streets on his nice, shiny white horse to say this, that, and the third, and to say all of this, that, and the third, and give everybody and their mama clicks and views. And I don't know if you was trying to do your imitation of Simply Trade, going on everybody's platform that can breathe. But what I'm going to say is this. If you are truly about a coin, first of all, do it on your own platform. Secondly, if you're going to answer questions about and I don't even have a problem with you going on other people's platform. The central crux of my problem comes in when you go there and you don't give clear, concise answers. So people are left to, try to figure it out or to fill in the blanks or to paint stories and paint narratives and this, that, and the third. That's not what you do. If you're going to answer a question, be clear, concise, and to the point and leave no margin and no room for speculations. Because I'm going to leave no room for speculation. I did not know that QB was going to be back on the gentleman's panel. As far as I know, QB was off the gentleman's panel until Monday, when all six of us got together on that live where it was just the six of us and we all said, hey, this is who we got. Technically. Now, Bro Jay called me Sunday night and we spoke about it, but let's be clear. There wasn't this whole, well, everybody knew a whole week ago. Because if everybody knew a week ago, that means we would have knew even before QB did that live. I'm just being honest. And I wanted to put that out there so that the narrative is not painted that there was, some plot and something like that. And I don't care I don't care one way or another. What I'm saying is, I did not want it to keep being said certain things, because when the story is not clear, people want to say, well, L. Teddy must have knew such and such, or L. Teddy must have been complicit in this, that, and the third. I told you when L. Teddy knew. L. Teddy knew when I just laid out for you. And after that, that is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. So I don't want that to be misconstrued. I don't want it to be spun all kinds of ways. I don't want it to be said or miscommunicated. I ain't even been reading the chat. I should probably be seeing what y'all are saying. But when you do it in a manner to where you answer a question clearly and concisely, then it doesn't leave room for speculation at all. At all. Period. I don't know. I don't even know. Let me try to read what y'all saying in the chat. I don't know. It's so much in the chat. I can't even read all what y'all got in the chat. But I just wanted that to be said. Okay? Am I mad or upset with Bro Jay or all of them? I ain't mad with nobody. But I'm certainly going to say how L. Teddy 27 feels. I can tell you that. I'm certainly not going to let it just linger out there and people make all of these things up and people start to say, well, L. Teddy must have did this or L. Teddy must have did that. And before anybody else gets a chance to try and have me on their channel, let me come on my own channel and tell it like I see it. Period. It is what it is. People gonna be mad. I'm sure there will be lives made after this. Lord. But it is what it is. Like he say, do Jesus and do him well. Now, like I said, I ain't got no problem with Brother Jay. And Brother Jay and every member of the gentleman's panel know L. Teddy 27 gonna say how he feel, and he ain't gonna sugarcoat it. And if it does not go along with everybody else, it's just not gonna go along with everybody else, and I don't give a crap. But it's gonna be said. Anyway, let me see what y'all got going on over here. Yeah. I don't know what. Kiki Hood, I agree. This whole press tour that's going on didn't clear up anything. It just allowed more of the spin game to happen. It didn't clear up anything. And that's why I came on. I was like, well, what is going on? There has been hours, literally hours. If I add up all the hours, it might end up equaling all the hours I was at work today. Literally hours that people have been online. and nothing was cleared up. Nothing was clear. I don't understand it. I've been on here less than 30 minutes and have been able to clear up some things. Child. Different narratives, Lori, can make a coin, but let me say this. When that narrative involves me, I'm certainly going to make it my point to make sure that my part in all of it is very clear. Because this is the no spin zone. Call me Bill O'Reilly. We ain't spinning over here. We ain't doing all that. So I don't know. Now I don't know if Bless Watkins and Jay Wilson was smiling at each other a little too hard on that panel, and they was feeling it for each other. You know, there was a lot more cordial and nice to each other than they normally be. And maybe, you know, at their advanced ages, the Geritol kicked in and they got churched in their spirits and was feeling it for each other. And he blinked at her and she blinked at him, and they wasn't so, you know, mean to each other. And that threw him off from telling the real story. God, shots out to Bless Watt, because Jay Wilson is bisexual. And, you know, maybe he see it for Bless Watkins. Now, Mark better look out. Oh, Lord. Where's my drink? Let me lubricate my throat. Dear God. But that's what I needed to say, y'all. That's what I had to get out. I really had to get out because I didn't want no more to be said without it being said. There was no and watch this. There was nothing on my end that I knew even about some ambush or anything. I don't know nothing about no ambush or nobody. Any ambush that happened, I'm not privy to. Period. Not this one member of the gentleman's panel. So, child. Now, if people get in their feelings, it is what it is. I'll be here. See what we sell. Child. What are y'all talking about tonight? What has been going on today on these YouTube screens? Somebody told me Simply Trade was live again, child. Child, you know, SeaWorld, they have live shows every day, honey. So you know that woman goes live once a day, honey. Because SeaWorld is here. I thought they was outlawing killer whales and orcas, you know, in to do live shows and then, you know, imprisonated within, you know, those small confines, because that struggle, you know, halfway house room he got is a small confine, way too small for him. He was live today. He had his live show, you know, Shamu over there at SeaWorld, honey. Baby, she did that. She did all of that, honey. Oh, Lord. Anyway, y'all. Child. No, you know what? I'm not doing this with you, Mimi. I'm not gonna even read your comment, Mimi126. Ooh, child. Shouts out also to my girl, Nurse TH. I want to give a special shout out to my girl, Nurse TH, for all of your cash apps and super chats and everything. You have been great to me, and I appreciate you, girl. Shouts out to Nurse TH. Let me make sure I got her name right, because she has been real good to me lately. And I wanted to give you a personal shout out while we got all 200 plus people here. Let me make sure that I did that right. Yes, Nurse TH. I want to give a shout out to her. I want to put her name out there. She knows who she is. Shouts out to her. But y'all, that is the story. Okay. I'm not doing the helmet with you today, Tadari. I'm not doing the helmet with you today. But if y'all want to catch me again, we will be live in the morning. Y'all know how we do. Saturday mornings between 10 and 10:30 Eastern, 9 and 9:30 Central. Who knows? I might have more to tell. Who knows what the lives tonight will bring? I'm going to get off. I'm sure people are waiting to press the live button, and we're here for it. I might be live again later tonight. Who knows? And we'll go from there. But that's all I got for y'all people. My regular people, y'all, I see y'all in the morning. 5 regular silly Saturdays, and we'll be there doing what we do. I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. That's it. I'm out.